Hello and welcome to Best WP7 Games. Today we're looking at Arcane's Tower Defense. Unfortunate spelling errors aside, and you can actually see a few here too. This is a really impressive little tower defense game. It does have a rather long loading screens, as you can see here. I've mentioned in my review, but I thought you might want to see them for yourselves. So this is what you can expect, about half a minute to actually load the game. The loading screens for levels aren't quite as long, but they take a while. So you can see why it takes a while to load. It's an interesting active backdrop to the menu. Also, the menu's a bit hard to read here. You can see the campaign is arranged from the top floor of campaign levels, then the bottom left two of campaign level. It's a bit of a strange layout. Anyway, we'll just go back to one of the levels I've already completed. Gas. You see each level has a little bit of storyline given in the loading screen, which is always a nice touch. It's hardly, it's not on a par with, say, Tolkien, but it's nice to have some sort of context for your battles. And once every level starts, you get this little run through, and this level's quite small, but on the larger ones it's actually quite useful, and you can skip it if you want to. You're given the game is automatically paused when you start. It's the only time in the game when you can place things, but while the game isn't active, it is on the first turn, as you might expect. So you place two generic arrow towers, and you can see these cape-wearing goblins, who are the speedier goblins in the game, rushing out and get massacred by my towers. Fairly standard. Nothing pretty special there. So, as you can see, it's quite a pretty game. We'll just skip forward a bit. You don't have to watch the next wave, which is just more of the same. And place some of the other types of defense. Here's the sort of catapult. Oh, I misplaced it. One of the catapults. Obviously a aerial effect weapon. It is a slow firing weapon, so it's not very good for taking out these enemies. So I'm actually going to use some magic here. A fireball spell to just finish them off. So this is how you can sort of save your hide when you don't have enough towers by using your magic. You can see at the top right there, the little blue sort of tear-shaped symbol. That's your mana, which is what you spend to get to use your magic. At the moment I'm only regenerating 2 a turn and it costs 5 per spell, so I have to use it fairly sparingly. Anyway, this is what the catapult's designed for. Yeah, destroying these clumps of enemies. Yeah, some sort of beetles, I believe. Scarab beetles, I'm not sure. Either way. Giant bugs come in for us to fairly easy to kill as long as you've got something that can hit a large area at once, like the catapult. As you can see, if you double tap, you get a nice overview. Again, as this level is fairly small, it's not too important here, but on the large level, it's an absolute godsend. It's a really nice, thought out interface generally. You can also see this is one of the levels where you are able to place towers in some enemy's route, so now they'll have to actually run around that arrow tower, just slowing them down very slightly. I've actually designed my defenses very well here, though, as you can see. A bunch of enemies just get through and reduce my life. Just that weird sort of symbol to the left of the mana and to the right of the gold. Let's continue to place the defences. These are flying enemies, they can't be hit by the catapult at all. So the arrow towers are quite surprisingly useful here. Let's shoot them out of the sky. You can see the game is also fond of putting in mixed units. So here we've got the speedy running goblins as well as the flying ones. And you do get more complicated mix-ups. It means you do have to have defences for every occasion and an interesting to look at. We'll skip forward again, and we'll show you what happens when you finally go up an era, or advance the technology tier, as most things might call it. You can see I've got all my things already set up. I tap the button in the bottom right, and they'll start looking very different and suddenly a lot more effective. So again, I'll skip forward a bit as this review is going on. By going up a tier, I've also unlocked other defences. In this case, it's a poison tower thing. You can't really see, it's actually got 3 heads. And it's interesting, because unlike the other towers, rather than having a single reload between shots, it can fire up to 3 shots at a time. Each head is on its own separate cycle. Of course, as most of the enemy are passing below it at the moment, you don't see that so much. Whereas the top 2 heads have a limited vision of the enemies below. It's an interesting touch, and it works quite well. The poison tower is actually very useful, because it can hit most enemies, including flying enemies, and it slows them down as well as poisoning them over time. Just not particularly high power, but useful, so we might upgrade it, in fact. Now, one thing to bear in mind is I'm not upgrading this tower, I'm upgrading this tower type. So every poison tower that's built will have these upgrades. As there's only one in the field at the moment, it's only upgrading that one right now, obviously. But as you can see, you can also scroll between the different tower types and upgrade any of them from this menu. It's again very well thought out. It's a nice feature. Anyway, this has been Arcane's Tower Defense. It's a really nice tower defense game, available now in the marketplace for £1.49.